This video is going to review what transition phrases are and how to use them well. Transition phrases are words or phrases that are used to show how your ideas are connected to each other. And really, they're all about being clear. You always want to be as clear as possible as a writer. You never want your reader to have to guess how your ideas are connected to each other. So let me show you an example of that. If I were to write the two sentences, we went on a walk, we went to the store, there's a couple problems with those. One, they're just really choppy to say right after another. They don't flow very well. But the reader also doesn't know like what order these things happened in or even kind of why they're being brought up. So one way to make it more clear is to add transition phrases like here I added the words first and then. So now the sentences read, first we went on a walk, then we went to the store. And now the reader can tell, oh, you're talking about what you did and the order that you did these things in. Much more clear, and the sentences flow more smoothly. Let me show you a couple more examples. This next example says, it's important to plan trips carefully. For example, you need to consider how much money you're willing to spend on food and lodging. So here, the transition phrase, for example, is being used to show that you're going to add a little bit more detail or maybe even a reason or supporting evidence why you made this first point that you did. The next example says, peanut butter cookies are delicious. However, I prefer chocolate chip, which is true, by the way. So in this example, the word however is used to show contrast. Even though this first thing that you stated might be true, there's another perspective that I'm going to offer. So that's another type of relationship you want to use transition phrases to show. And then this last example here, this is showing a cause and effect relationship. So it says, I forgot to put on sunscreen. As a result, I have a horrible sunburn. So showing a cause and effect relationship. Because I didn't put on sunscreen, I now have a horrible sunburn. In our OneNotes, I gave you a list of different transition words that you can choose from. So the way you navigate this list is first looking at the column over here on the left, and that will break these words down by what type of relationship you're trying to show. So if you want to show how ideas in your summary maybe contrast, you could choose any one of these words. Like maybe the character that you want to talk about originally had one idea, but later on they changed their mind. You might pull from this portion of the table. Maybe you are listing different events that happen. I did that a lot in my first summary that you looked at last week. You might pull from this section that's called time and sequence, and you could use any of these to show what order events happen in. Anytime you use transitions, it really helps your writing become more clear, and that's why we work on using them so much. And this week, I would challenge you to try to use different transition words than what you used in your last summary, because the more that you get comfortable using, the more smooth you can make your sentences. If you use the same transition words over and over again, it can feel really repetitive. So this is a good chance to add a few more into your vocabulary. And you can see in our one paragraph summary page that you're going to be working on, the video I'm making right now will get popped in here. And I wrote my example summary, and I tried to follow my own advice and use some transition phrases that I didn't use in my last one. And again, I've highlighted them all in this orange color so that you can see them really clearly. I have a couple that are showing time. I have one that's showing contrast, and then it's kind of combined with showing time. And then I also have a cause and effect relationship identified with the word so. As always, let me know if you have any questions about how to use transitions. I'm happy to help. Go ahead and get started.